rights activist. He brings a conservative point of view to black issues. His mission: to provide a forum for honest discussions about social issues without the liberal lapdogs shutting down the discussion. Broadcasting from the American Truth Project Studios in beautiful Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. This is Conservative Nation with your host, Jermain Botsio.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Conservative Nation, Double Barrel J's edition. And I got the one, the only mind of Jamal, brother down under, who is joining me. How are you doing?
Oh man, Jermain, you know it's going good. I had to break out the classic shirt.
Oh,
Never
yeah.
surrender, because people are
Let
seeing
me show the crowd.
These people never surrender.
Oh yeah, never, ever. Liberals wish they had a president that was that fly. Absolutely.
No, yes they do.
Absolutely. That's an American president for you. Running with American red blood, let me tell you. Brother, let me tell you something. Here in Minnesota, it's getting hot. I don't know what's going on. You know, a week ago, it was below zero. Now we're in the 40s, about to be 50 tomorrow. I don't know what's going on, but let me tell you, I like it. I absolutely do. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. All right. Last week we had some technical issues. We got a new computer set up. Real nice setup. So I just want to let folks know we also got some new cameras in here as well. Make sure you guys help us out. Please, oh please hit that like button. Make sure you do share. And if you can, throw some chips in the bucket. And I can see somebody already has thrown some chips in the bucket. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to two folks here, Yvette Romick Spillman, and also I want to give a shout out to V Long. Apparently there's a $10 challenge. Shout out to them. Let me go ahead and give you the customaries. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, Jermain, it's not playing on Facebook.
It's not playing on Facebook. Let me see if I can pull it up on Facebook here real quick. You know, sometimes Facebook be active silly. Let me go ahead and see. While I'm doing that, ladies and gentlemen, help us out. Please, oh please hit that like button. Make sure you do share. All right. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Did you guys take a look at that Super Bowl? A lot of folks were speaking about the Super Bowl. All right. Me, I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I haven't watched too much of football for the last few years. All right. And that hasn't been because, you know, I've been protesting or anything. It's just that, you know, I think, you know, I fell out of love with football. I did. I like basketball. I still watch basketball here and there, but football, you know, I've really sat out, especially when it comes down to you know, NFL. They have too much stuff going on there, especially with, you know, Jay-Z and all the other, you know, activist BS stuff going on. It's just not my style. You get what I'm saying? Jamal, how about you? Did you take a look at the football guy?
No, I stopped watching football when Colin Kaepernick started doing that stuff. I fell out with it. With it because you got a bunch of millionaire players who sitting here the next second could be busting their girlfriend head wide open, sitting up here talking about racism. It just became a farce. It really became a farce to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
And then when you start seeing, because I'm a diehard Steelers fan, And when I saw Mike Thomason didn't have the balls to tell his players, you were not going to go out, they hid in the locker room. I'll never forget that. They didn't come out or nothing. They stayed in for the national anthem instead of coming out there saying, we're going to take a stance. No, I'll be honest, I haven't watched football ever since the Pittsburgh Steelers hid in the locker room during the Star Spangled, during the national anthem, instead of coming out, standing, putting their hand on their heart and for the flag. I just hadn't had no use for it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. The way that they have behaved, is just not good. It's just not good at all. All right, I've started the stream here, so just letting people know the stream has started. It should, I'm seeing it now, so it should take, maybe about a second for it to pop up for some folks. But the stream is now up on Facebook, so I just want to let folks know that. With Colin Kaepernick and the folks there at ABC, CBS, and the news woke networks, I've stopped watching all that. Basketball here and there, yeah. College football, yeah. But other than that, I don't really mess with anything else. Besides that, brother, it looks like we're all good on all fronts. I know you can see. Yep. You can see the video, right?
Yep, I sure can.
Yeah, it's nice and live. So, before we begin, let me go ahead and read off what somebody wrote here. I want to read off what some folks wrote here. I want to give a shout out to somebody else. Lowly R says, thank you. Shout out to you as well. Let me go ahead and give you the customaries. Shout out to you. Absolutely. Shout out to you. Let me go ahead and read this here real quick before we begin. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Challenge for tonight. 4 more tips to the page. And that's the $10 tip from Romick Spillman. Shout out to her. And V Long says, you got it, Miss Yvette. And she went and put up that 10 as well. And so with Lowly R. So I just wanted to go ahead and make sure I repeat that. Brother, I'm ready to fly. How about yourself?
Yep.
All right, let's get rocking, ladies and gentlemen. Please, oh please, oh please, help us out. Don't treat me like a redheaded stepchild. All right, don't treat me like a redheaded side chick. I was about to say that as well. Both of them. Don't treat me like them. All right, treat me like your favorite mailman. I got a favorite mailman in my town. Absolutely. He come. I don't bring him any cookies or anything, but I go ahead and give him some tips. And you know what the tip is? Don't vote Democrat. Yeah, that's my tip to him. He got a little blue hair and he walking around. Yeah, he my favorite mailman. Real nice kid. Let me tell you, real nice. But that blue hair gotta go. I always tell him that every time I see him. I say, what's going on with that blue hair? You speak like you got sense, but when people look at that blue hair, you look crazy. You get what I'm saying? You look crazy. So that's what I want to say. Treat me like your favorite mailman. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. First one up, I want to go ahead and show you guys a video that is taking storm on the web, and let me tell you something. It's quite wild. All right. A lot of people say that the Second Amendment should be for everybody, but I say absolutely. You need to see this video, and when it come back, we shall discuss it. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share, and if you can, please, oh please, help us out. Throw some chips in the bucket. All right, we need your help. Here we go. This one's wild.
She gonna shoot. So, come to
You
my
wanna
house.
shoot?
She like, come to my house.
They say shoot.
She said, come to my house.
KK, what's up with you? What's up with you? I said, what's up with you? Mama, I'm gonna blow this hoe, I swear to God. I don't give a fuck who I hit. Blow! Sitting on the porch. Sitting on the porch. Sitting on the porch. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom Quisha sword.
Look at Boom Quisha.
Hello?
That's a Boom Quisha sword.
Yeah.
Fully clear. Oh, cuz, get down on that cock
That's
up.
a
Get up.
Boom Quisha sword.
On that cock up.
Jermaine.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's
That's
Respucia's cousin.
You're a dummy, bitch.
You know
Don't nobody
Respucia
want you. Don't nobody
up
need you.
Norbit?
On GDN. Boop, 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 boop,
Oh,
Y'all
That
laugh, but I'm dead
Respucia
serious.
cousin. Bow. Ladies and gentlemen, what you think? Wasn't that wow? That woman over there
Boom
looking like
Quisha sword.
Respucia's cousin. You know what I'm saying? And if you guys know the Nutty Professor, have you guys seen the Nutty Professor? I know you have.
nah, that was Norman.
That was
some
Norbit,
movie
right?
Norman.
My bad. But listen, they got big folks on both of them, don't they? They both big. Brother, what do you think?
The Boom Quishasaurus. Like I said, you got Tyrannosaurus. You got a Brontosaurus.
Yep, you got the Bone
got a
Quishasaurus.
Diplosaurus. But a Boom
She gonna
Quisha
shoot.
black single mother-saurus right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we got. Like you said, the Second Amendment, yes, we believe it is, but it's a reason why the black community being 13% of the population. And it ain't the old people. It ain't the people that's obeying a law.
Nope.
It is a minute 2.1% that's responsible for 57% of the murders. That's these YNs and the Boom Quishasaurus.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, this
You
right
get rid of
here,
them, you cut down.
she should be locked up because she's threatening someone with the gun.
Yeah.
Regardless of if they're there, she's on camera doing this. This is leaked out. The person who's in this can say something. And before I go any further, Jermaine, I would like to thank White Mike, thank you for your kindness and generosity and donation to the page through Cash App. Thank you, White Mike, for your kindness and generosity and donation to the page through Cash App.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and give him the customary. Absolutely. You know, Bone Quisha, LaKeisha, Brontosaurus and them, let me tell you something. They crazy. They certainly are. This is the main reason why you have to be raised correctly.
Yes.
Because if you're not raised correctly, you can see how crazy your life can be. Imagine, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a black fool out there, and he will sleep with this woman here. The one that's
Too lazy to go.
going like this with the gun, with the pistol. Yeah, that guy will sleep with her, get her pregnant, and you know what will happen after that, ladies and gentlemen? He'll run. He'll run. She won't get married. Now, I know there's some people going to say, Jermain, that is so evil of you. How you going to say stuff like that? I just look at facts and figures. That's all I do. And I look at niggas and their behavior. And one thing I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you she ain't looking to get married. With her holding the gun like that, them smoking weed on the porch, her dressing like that, she ain't getting married anytime soon. But she'll probably be a baby mama. And when you have this as a baby mama, teaching your children, being an example for your children, let me tell you something. Your children in trouble. I ain't playing. I ain't playing at all. Brother, any last words on this?
Yes, any man that sleep with her too poor to afford OnlyFans and too lazy to jack off.
Yeah.
Let me go on and put it out there. Any man
too
that
lazy
sleep with her is too poor to afford an OnlyFans account, which is $3 to $4 a month, and too lazy to jack off. He just go to her house. This big bloated bonquishuous is going to sit here and she's going to raise the next young thug that's going to sit here and go terrorize the neighborhood, because people don't understand that's what these people do. They terrorize the neighborhood. They terrorize the community. They bring the community down. And then she gonna get saved one day. And she gonna get saved and she gonna be in church talking about some, I don't understand my child. Y'all pray for him. Yeah, the devil got him. The devil ain't got him. You was the devil that had him. You was the devil that sat there and put the demon in him. And now you done joined church. Now you want the devil to change. Nope. You put that demon in him.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying about that. Man. Let's go ahead and move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, please, oh, please, oh, please hit that like button. Make sure you do share. I want to go ahead here and give another shout out. Shout out to Mel Peace. Took the $10 challenge, says challenge accepted. Shout out to you. Absolutely. Let me go ahead and give you the customaries as well. Let's go ahead and absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys hit that button. Make sure you do share. Absolutely. Next one up here, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go ahead and speak to you guys about the Super Bowl. Now, a lot of folks watch the Super Bowl. We started speaking about the Super Bowl when we first started the program. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I didn't watch the halftime show. I didn't even watch the reruns. You know what I'm saying? I seen some news clips on this guy named Bad Bunny. Now, I heard some of his songs before, Bad Bunny, okay? And he was there doing some gyration, I heard, you know, and I saw some clips of him gyrated on a pole, and he was speaking that Spanglish. You know what I'm saying? Now, I just want to say this, ladies and gentlemen. In America here, we have really sunken very low. We're low. And I ain't playing. You know, any other nation on this side of God's green earth, they wouldn't go along and play a different language of a national sporting event when the population doesn't even speak that. It's crazy to me. Most of us speak English. Most of the folks who are watching didn't even understand what the heck was going on. But because we want a virtue signal here in America, and I blame liberals, I blame feminists, and I blame I blame a lot of, I blame feminists and liberals. Certainly do for it. I'm thinking that this nation would be at least, how can I say, proud to be American. But for some reason, with liberals in charge, we seem to be anything proud to be other than American. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of crazy. So I want to go ahead here and play you guys this video here. Make sure you guys do me a favor, hit that like button. Make sure you do share. All right, I'm going to need your help. I'm definitely going to need your help. There's a lot of folks out there who have found my page. A lot of black folks. And let me tell you something. Those black folks, they don't like me. They don't like me at all. Besides the coon word and everything else, these folks, ladies and gentlemen, they want me gone. They certainly want me gone. They want people like me and Jamal gone. And I don't think I'm going to let that happen. I don't think so at all. So I'm going to need you guys' help. I need you to hit that like button. I'm going to need you to share. All right? Here we go. Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is of black folks, okay? Black folks who are upset and angry at the halftime show and them not being able to, really understand what the heck's going on. I want you guys to take a look. Just wanted to point that out there. Here we go.
Black Americans are pissed at the woke Super Bowl halftime show in Spanish. Check this out.
What the f*** is he saying, bro?
Like, I mean this in the most respectful, way possible. But if there was ever a time to call ICE, the Super Bowl halftime show is when y'all should have called him.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Why would I watch the halftime show or care if I don't understand what he's saying?
You say y'all trying to go do anything else but listen to this? All right, come on. I gotta use ChatGPT to understand this. Oh God, boy. ChatGPT, can you translate what Bad Bunny is saying at the halftime performance for me? Bro!
Remember this Ricky Marty. This is not Tupac. This is not nobody. This Black History Month. Well, who's Ricky Marty?
There we go. The subtitles are in English now.
Put the game back on. I can't stand this. I mean, what in the world is all this foolishness?
What in the world is all this foolishness, ladies and gentlemen? You see that? What in the world is all this foolishness? I want to go ahead and give a shout out to J9000. All right. J9000 gifted a subscription to PNB 7220. Shout out to J9000. Let me go ahead and give you the customers. Absolutely. Shout out to J9000. So, as you guys can see, black folks, they're very honest, right? They're like, what the heck is going on? It's the same thing that I said when I heard that they were playing a guy like this at the halftime. I don't know why they didn't want TPUSA there. Now, I heard that TPUSA halftime show, the alternative, was very good. They played a whole bunch of songs people loved. People could actually sing to the song and they know what the words were. It was fantastic. I don't understand why they didn't go that route. But because of the virtue signaling, folks didn't like what was going on. Brother, what you think about this? They had Bad Bunny. I heard that Bad Bunny was saying some bad stuff in Spanglish with in the songs there, and folks didn't know what he was saying. What do you think?
You know what, Jermaine? This is what I heard, that he was saying words that if an American artist would have said, describing, because some of his songs are highly sexual, and he's a cross-dressing tranny.
Yeah, he is. He's a cross-dresser.
They would have been fined if not thrown off the air. That would have been fine. So you have that going there. And black folk put the NFL as where it is. Walter Payton, Frank O'Hare, Swan, Jerome Bennis.
Yep.
Ross. Okay, you had black players who put the NFL on their shoulders and raised it up. Jim Brown, Walter Payton. Okay? And you mean to tell me you chose to honor Black History Month? You're going to have the Black National Anthem, so you got the show done in Spanish because you're trying to pander to the Spanish vote and trying to get the NFL to go to Latin American stuff where they don't like American football. People really don't like American football outside the nations. You do have a few in Europe.
Yeah, but it's not really popular
soccer.
like that. It's not. I know that pains some Americans out there, but American football ain't that popular outside of America. It ain't. You know, the most popular sporting event is soccer. All right? Yeah,
and that's
soccer.
Football.
Then football. And then next, I don't know, maybe tennis. Maybe tennis. Basketball is very close up there, but football, So there you go. I've been showing some pictures of Bad Bunny in a dress. You know, these people are also saying that Bad Bunny and the Luciferians, they did some sort of ritual. You know, these events here, and that's another reason why I don't watch a lot of these things here, because these folks, ladies and gentlemen, they have a different way of thinking than me and you. Okay, they look at the Super Bowl and they look at the halftime show, and for a regular person who has the light of the Lord, they're thinking, hey, we're going to have a good time and we're going to see some music and we're going to, yes, you do. Yes. Yeah. But guess what? They don't have the light of the Lord. They don't at all. They evil is sin. So when they look at this opportunity, they're saying, oh my goodness gracious, we have millions of folks watching. What can we do to hypnotize? What can we do to affect these folks that are watching? It's an opportunity that we don't get most of the year, that everybody tunes into something. How can we affect those people's minds? And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. The CIA, the government, they ain't going to tell you this. FBI, a whole bunch of NGOs, non-governmental organizations, and also, foundations that are out here. They do a lot of research into psychology and how people think and what things affect people's moods and behavior. And that's what they do when it comes to events like the Super Bowl. And to me, it's very evil. The regular person doesn't know that, but they hit you with symbols, right? They flash it really quick on the screen. So quick your eyes can't catch it, but your mind can, right? Some people call it sigils, right? Yeah, black magic sigils. They put a symbol on there and flash it, and it's a physical representation of something they want to imprint in your mind, right? They've done studies on this with Starbucks, the symbol on Starbucks and a lot of these other logos. So it's a very dangerous thing, and you got to keep your mind open to it. Last words on this here, brother.
You know what, Jermain? I just want, before I go any further, I would like to thank Of course, Shane Terry.
Let me go ahead and get
I
Brother
want to
Shane.
thank him for his kindness and generosity and donation to the page. I would like to thank Shane Terry for his kindness and generosity and donation to the page through PayPal.
Absolutely. Shout out to Shane Terry, Brother Shane Terry.
You know what, Jermaine? They knew exactly when they was doing this, and they said Jay-Z had something to do. I thought Jay-Z wasn't dealing with the Super Bowl. He wasn't, but the numbers are in. If the NFL is smart, if there is someone that's smart, they will come out and say, hey, thanks to what we saw, Turning Point USA had a nice crowd for the people who like that genre music. Guess what? They ought to work with Turning Point USA, and this is where black folk can get something. If black folk go to BET, well, no, that ain't even black no more, but go to a network and get artists, Keith Sweat, get Jodeci,
get the good ones,
Silk, and having an R&B rap halftime show. Do people realize the money that would draw and the advertise? The only thing probably black folk gotta do, put it in DC one year, put it someplace another year, and then capitalize off this. Now, I'll be honest, Turning Point USA did great with it. They capitalized. Guess what? They're gonna have some advertisers next year.
Oh yeah.
Because you know what? That's gonna be the all-American halftime show.
Yep.
But let's say you want to see a hip-hop show. Black folks should be right now saying, getting their artists together so next year they can do a hip-hop R&B show. Turning Point USA and the Hispanics ought to do the same thing. Stop letting the NFL dictate, and we dictate them and make money off them.
Yeah. Yep. Because they can do their own halftime show and make money. They don't have to sit there and let the Luciferians dictate what the heck is going on.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? They have to take the same model that TPUSA did. And they can make money and get advertisement and everything else. You know, you don't have to be stuck with the BS that they show. You're absolutely correct. Let's go ahead and move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Next one up, I want to speak to you guys about Minnesota. It is still on fire. It's still on fire, and you can't get around it. You just can't. Over the past weekend, Minnesota GOP governor candidate, his daughter was fatally stabbed. I'm telling you, Minnesota can't catch a break. It can't catch a break right now with political news. I want to go ahead and run this when I come back. I want to speak to you guys about it. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Here we go. I swear, I can't catch a break.
About 10:31 now here in New York. Got a shocking development in the race for Minnesota governor. The Republican candidate there abruptly suspending his campaign. His 22-year-old daughter has been stabbed to death. Mike Tobin's got the details, Midwest Bureau, and this is tragic. Mike, hello.
Yeah, it's a violent tragedy impacting the Minnesota governor's race. The daughter of one of the Republican candidates, as you mentioned there, Bill, Dr. Jeff Johnson, has been stabbed to death. On Saturday night, St. Cloud police responded to a medical emergency at an apartment to the south of St. Cloud. That is where they found 22-year-old Hallie Marie Tobler dead on the scene from stab wounds. We've got a number of photographs of Tobler from social media. They include pictures with her father and her husband. Her 23-year-old husband was found with critical and apparently self-inflicted injuries. According to reports, he is still hospitalized but in the custody of St. Cloud police. Police believe that he is responsible for the death of Hallie Marie Tobler. At last report, that husband had not been charged and therefore is not named. Now, the Republican Party of Minnesota put out a statement that Dr. Jeff Johnson is now suspended suspending his campaign for governor. There are no words that can express the sorrow we feel for Jeff and his family. The loss of a child is unimaginable, and our thoughts and prayers are with them as they grieve in this devastating tragedy. Now, the field of candidates for the Republican nomination of governor is crowded. Jeff Johnson was not in the front of the pack. Lisa Demuth, candidate for governor and Minnesota Speaker of the House, extended her prayers for the Johnson family.
Tough stuff, and we'll look for answers. Mike Tobin, thank you in Chicago.
Yeah, it is. It's very tough. Man, oh man, brother, let me tell you something. Right now, for a governor in Minnesota, it is rough. When it comes to the candidates right now, Lisa Demuth, I believe she's from Cold Spring. She's leading the pack right now, but she's still behind the DFL. Amy Klobuchar, she's running, and she took the place of Tim Walz. So right now, she's leading the pack. She's not a very good woman at all. She's not. She's a feminist to the core. She'd be an evil woman to run and to win. What do you think about this here? Another tragedy here in Minnesota. MNGOP can't catch a break either. What do you think?
Well, truth be told, Jermain, the GOP lost out with Minnesota years ago. When the last time that any type of common sense, it's funny, the last common sense Minnesota had was Jesse Body Ventura when he won independent. Everything has been hard left, and they pay for it. And some of the Republicans, instead of working together and pulling together and becoming. See, here's the thing: when your state is so liberal that you can't do nothing, you make other states hold the ground when it comes to being conservative. You donate. If you don't do nothing but go get a YouTube account or a Facebook account and make videos, like you stay in blue Minnesota, okay? You stay in blue Minneapolis. So what do? You make sure you get the message out, and you are hurting the Democrat Party and hurting the Minneapolis liberals by every night you show up. Every night when you do a video, because you letting people know this is what's going on here. But I'm also encouraging Republicans. Republicans, stay with the fire, because Republicans will get complacent quick. But before I go any further, I would like to thank Miss Lolly Ryder. Miss Lolly Ryder, thank you for your blessing to the page through PayPal. Miss Lolly Ryder, thank you for your blessing to the page.
Absolutely. Let me go ahead and give Lolly Ryder the customaries. Absolutely. You know, I think it's just so tragic. You know, I have a daughter. I can only imagine her being killed by the husband. You get what I'm saying? The husband killed her. And something that I've noticed too, a lot of the young folks, when it comes down to relationships, they're toxic as hell now. The young folks, they don't know how to speak to each other. They're always fighting. And they're into this quote-unquote toxic love, which to me just sounds crazy. You know, back in my day, when you don't like each other, you're saying the craziest stuff, people break up. But these people, they find it attractive, you know, to piss each other off to the point where you're going to kill each other, and then they go and screw. That's crazy. But apparently that's what they're doing, you know. Let's go ahead.
Bratism.
Yeah.
That's what it is, Jermain. Think about it. This generation, one being told everything he does, he gets a participation trophy.
Yeah.
The other one being told everything they do, they get a participation trophy. So you got two spoiled, rotten brats together, and they can't deal with the other one having a say-so.
Yeah.
And so, what do?
Fight like cats and dogs, and that's all they do. That's all they do, ladies and gentlemen. The young folks, that's all they do. They fight. That's why the marriage rate is going down as well, because they fighting. They fighting as soon as they get married. As soon as that ink dry, they fighting. Go ahead and ask the boomers. The boomers will tell you. Yeah, my mama, she'll tell you. She said young folks are crazy. Yeah, and with all this gray, I can tell you, I agree with her. They crazy. Moving forward, I want to speak to you guys about DHS. DHS pulled 700 troops out of Minnesota ICE agents. All right, I want you guys to take a look at this. I want to know what you guys think about this. A lot of folks are saying this is because of all the shootings that was happening in Minneapolis. All right, Mayor Jacob Fry says that this is a good move. All right, because, he put out that saying that he wants ICE to get the F out of Minnesota. That's what he said. All right, I want you guys to take a look at this. Here we go.
This morning, the White House border czar, Tom Homan, announced that effective today, the Department of Homeland Security will withdraw 700 personnel from Minnesota, leaving about 2,000 in place. In just a moment, I'm going to speak with the Minneapolis mayor, Jacob Fry, who says that although this is a step in the right direction, it is not de-escalation.
That big change on immigration, 700 officers leaving Minneapolis. Did that come from you?
Yes, it did. But it didn't come from me because I just wanted to do it. We are waiting for them to release prisoners, give us the murderers that they're holding, and all of the bad people.
This drawdown comes after weeks of outrage following the killing of 2 American citizens, Renee Good and Alex Preddy, by federal agents. Amid the protests, state and local leaders have called for a complete end to federal operations in the city. Homan today said that's possible, but only if things change on the ground.
My goal with the support of President Trump is to achieve a complete drawdown and end this surge as soon as we can. But that is largely contingent upon the end of the illegal and threatening activities against ICE and its federal partners that we're seeing in the community.
All right, let's get off the sidelines and head into the arena. My panel is standing by. But first, let's get right to CNN senior White House correspondent Kristen Holmes. Kristen, this was a pretty remarkable admission from President Trump, essentially unprompted. He was just asked, what have you learned? And he said that it needs a softer touch.
Yeah, it's a rare concession when it comes to President Trump. He often doubles down on anything that he's doing. And in the past, when he's been asked what he's learned in various situations, he certainly doesn't admit to any kind of wrongdoing. However, the term softer touch obviously implies that things could have been done differently. And while this goes against the rhetoric we've heard from President Trump, even just as recently as when he was at the Melania film premiere and he said that he wouldn't be drawing down agents in Minneapolis, it certainly aligns with what we were hearing was going on behind closed doors, which was the administration was looking for an off-ramp when it came to Minneapolis, and they were understanding, as President Trump among them, that this didn't look good, that this wasn't playing well for the administration. It certainly wasn't going well either. President Trump has seen all of the polling numbers when it comes to his immigration tactics. So the fact that they're actually drawing down numbers of agents there, the fact that they understand, at least to some extent, at least President Trump does, that this situation got out of control, that goes again with what we've been hearing happening behind closed doors.
There you go.
And so what you're seeing now is Tom Homan doing exactly what he was.
They're saying the same thing that a lot of people are echoing, that, hey, with the Alex Preddy situation, with the Renee Good situation, things got out of control. And that's the main reason why Donald Trump decided to go ahead and make this move. Now, before you answer this question here. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to two folks who just donated here. I want to give a shout out to Kristen Walker. She says, keep on keeping on. She took the $10 challenge on Cash App. And same with Karen Purdue. She says, took the challenge as well. Let me go ahead and give you guys the customary shout out to you guys. Absolutely. I believe, in a sense, Jamal, with everything that happened, President Trump maybe have decided to make a move that would help alleviate, some of the stuff that was going down over there. He wanted it to be in an orderly fashion, and he wanted certain goals to be met. And it sounds like certain goals were met, and he decided to make that move. Now, what do you say to that? Do you think that this was a timely drawdown based upon goals met, or do you think this is based upon, the shooting that happened and all the turmoil?
You know what, Jermain? It's because, like the art of the deal, Donald Trump comes in, he fights back, and he comes in like a hammer. He came in and so I'm going to show you the sledgehammer.
Yeah.
That was Greg Bobino, the Border Patrol chief. He knew that man wasn't going to play no games. And they
yeah.
kept
You ain't lying about that.
Keep bringing it in. We going to bring it some more. We going to bring some more. You will not take the battlefield. When those two people were shot, oh, well, keep going. But when it was, come on, Trump, you got to work with him. He sent in Tom Homan of all people.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Homan ain't no cupcake. Tom Homan ain't no cupcake, Mr. Fluffy.
No.
Tom Homan said, you better work with us or we're going to put some more agents, because the courts sided with Trump. See, this is why the media is so deceptive. The appellate court sided with Trump. The appellate court sided with Trump on 3 cases when it came to Minneapolis. 1, they can deploy the flashbangs, which they've been doing.
Yep.
They can deploy tear gas, all the things they said they can do.
They couldn't do. Yep.
ICE didn't have to draw down. Now he can put as many as he want in. Also, they can detain you.
Yeah.
So
that was
Trump
a big
won.
issue.
Everything Trump had won. So basically, he told them, either you get the Minneapolis police out here and they help us, or, well, we're going to continue to hit hard. Your citizens are the one that's dying. My guys are not going to jail.
Yep.
I'm not going to turn them over to work with you. That's just it. And they realized the hammer had been dropped. So let us work with you. Look what happened just recently. Minnesota state troopers busting them up, putting them in handcuffs. Why? Because President Trump started like this and now like this. And Tom Homan is not Mr. Cupcakes.
No, he's gonna do the business and do it well, and he ain't playing around. I'm in agreement with you. Trump doesn't need to really back down from nothing. He doesn't. Nope. Ladies and gentlemen, he is in a better position than the Democrats. The Democrats are playing defensive right now. They don't know what to do. They literally don't know what to do. So that's why it's very imperative to not pay too much attention to the media. The media is going to do what they do best. Make up lies and put out propaganda. That's what they do best. And the media is not on our side. They're on the side of the elite, and the folks who are against Trump. That's who they are for. So, in my personal opinion, I think this was a timely drawdown. I think that, some goals were met, and based upon those goals, he decided to alleviate some troops. That's what I believe happened. Now, the media can say something else, which they always do, but that's what I believe happened. Now, moving forward here, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. I want to go ahead and move forward and speak to you guys about a comedian. Now, this comedian, he's quite well known. He is. Yeah, especially in the black mainstream entertainment circuit. He goes by the name of Mike Epps. Now, many of you guys may know who he is. Over the weekend here, he had a show, and he spoke about Nicki Minaj. And what he said about Nicki Minaj raised a lot of eyebrows. And let me tell you something, it wasn't good. And I want you guys to take a look at what he said, because I think it was very egregious. So when it comes back, we shall discuss it. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Here we go.
Welcome back to the channel once again, fam.
It looked like she played tennis. It'll be a Nicki Minaj out there getting a train ran on her by Donald Trump now. They got her in there getting head and everything. She jumped on Donald Trump's side trying to get a free card, and the card wasn't even real. Bitch, you ain't going nowhere. Get on back over there. The card wasn't even real. Shut up. I don't give a fuck about you, Nicki. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm just up here telling jokes. I don't really know what I'm talking about either, ho. I'm up here trying to get through this hour, bitch. I don't care nothing about none of that shit.
I ain't that upset for real, I promise. But anyway,
let me go back one more time.
It looked like she played tennis. It'll be a Nicki Minaj out there getting a train ran on her by Donald Trump now. They got her in there getting head and everything. She jumped on Donald Trump's side trying to get a free card, and the card wasn't even real. Bitch, you ain't going nowhere. Get on back over there. The card wasn't even real. Shut up. I don't give a fuck about you, Nicki. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm just up here telling jokes. I don't really know what I'm talking about either, ho. I'm up here trying to get through this hour, bitch. I don't care nothing about none of that shit.
So there you go, Mike Epps. And that's what we call dirty nigga comedy.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get around it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we call dirty street nigga comedy. All right. Black folks love that comedy. Let me tell you. You speak like that, you're going to be the king. Let me tell you. Brother, what do you think about this? He said that Nicki Minaj will get a train ran on her by Donald Trump and them. And he went on to say a lot more other things. What do you think?
It goes to show you the patheticness of the black community. If you look, Jermain, It is easy. The black people love to say that the Republicans don't do nothing for the black community. Why should the Republicans do something for the black
They
community?
shouldn't.
I really wish the Republican Party would let people like me and you go on a show and speak, and they were like, name me something the Republican Party has done for the black community. I would look and say, why should they do any daggone thing for the black community?
Yeah.
If I was the head of the Republican Party,
sure.
I would tell you, F you, screw you. You don't do nothing for us. I'm not going to do nothing for you. Do something for these Hispanics.
Yep.
Get their vote and support. Move them in the black neighborhood. Throw y'all off Section 8 and watch y'all stars. Since you want to pile everything with them. I mean, this is literally political suicide. And the black community, if it wasn't for people like Nicki Minaj, do I agree with her music? No. I'm not going to be like, oh, Jermain, Nicki Minaj, I like her music. And then last year, I'm on TV, I'm on video saying how Nicki Minaj's music is glorious. It's whole music.
Yeah.
And when Kamala Harris was up there having Meg the Stallion twerking, I'm like, she should have had Nicki Minaj at the time. Okay, that's what I said. So I'm glad that she did change. But my point is, Nicki Minaj is taking what black folk call the hood to the Republicans.
Yeah.
To get the Republicans to say, let us take a look. Because I'm going to be honest with you. The black community has done nothing to warrant any favors from the Republican Party.
They haven't done nothing. We
haven't done anything to warrant something from the Republican Party. We've done nothing. And that's how the Republican Party should say, do something for us, we'll do something for you. Until then, starve.
Yeah. And I'm with the Republican. The Republicans shouldn't be doing nothing for any color folks. It should only be for Americans, regardless of color, and that's how they've always been. All the entitlement programs and things of that nature. That is a Democrat thing. Really, it is. On our side, we believe that if you put your mind to it, you'll put your God's mind to it, you can get whatever you want in your life. Yeah, because a lot of the times, what you need is to put your own effort in. Yep. And that's something that isn't being taught nowadays. A lot of people are just looking for a handout, and that's what the Democrats understand. They understand that, And back in the day, ladies and gentlemen, okay, there wasn't entitlements. What did the world do when there wasn't any entitlements? I just want folks to understand, what did they do? Did people just die? No, they got up and worked. Most folks had their own business. But because of technology, because of culture, we've moved away from there. Now, if you go to a lot of third world countries, they still behave in that manner. Everybody in their mama's mama got a business. Everybody got a business, family business. Everybody. Because they know that you have to work to survive and to eat and to live. But because of the way our society has progressed, we've moved away from there. So we got folks who don't think well. They don't think well at all. This guy here, let me tell you, there's something wrong with him, Jamal. There's something wrong with Mike Epps. For him to say that about a woman who did nothing but just support a man and support the president, that's evil as sin. It is. It's very, very, very evil. Nicki Minaj has done nothing wrong except support what is good. And that should let everybody know the battle we have here in life and in America. It's not right versus left. It's really good versus evil. That's what it comes down to. And Nicki Minaj, she stood up for good, and the evil folks are attacking her. And you can tell they're evil by the stuff that they are saying. They're not even saying anything good. Right? Nothing factual, nothing. Just all evil. Now, moving forward here, Mike Epps, he decided to apologize to Nicki Minaj for saying what he said. He caught a whole bunch of backlash. And let me tell you something. He is now apologizing. Now, I think I know why he apologized, but I wanna see what Jamal says. Let me go ahead and run this. When it come back, we shall discuss it. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Here we go.
It's your man Mike Epps. Y'all know I'm Mr. Accountability. You know, I say stuff and do stuff, and then I go to bed, wake up the next morning, and you know, being prayed on and thought about it. Just want to apologize to you, Nicki Minaj, for saying the stuff that I said. Want to apologize to your husband, your kids, all of that, for saying what I said. You know, I'm a comedian. Sometimes I get on that stage, you know, I have a little drink, and I go wild. You know what I mean? I'm non-filtered, so just want to apologize to you. Not explaining myself, but I am Mr. Accountability. I love apologizing. Something a lot of people don't know how to do. Apologize to you, Nicki.
It looked like she played tennis.
So there you go. He apologized to Nicki Minaj. Now, just to put it out there, Nicki Minaj ain't a regular smuggler female. Okay. From what I heard, she know how to put up them dukes. And from what I heard, she run with a bad gang. Brother, what do you think?
You know what, Jermaine? It's so common for them to attack black conservatives that it's just, I'm just going to attack her like normal. And I think a lot of people who support her got on the thing and said, you know what? Why is it okay to attack black women who think different?
There you go.
Why are you attacking a black woman who just thinks different from you? Guess what? Well, if Donald Trump fired, look, y'all out here crying and moaning that Donald Trump fired all these black women. How many black women supported him? Now, I'm sorry. Politics, excuse my term, Jermaine, I hate to put it in this way. When I used to hustle dope, if you didn't buy from me, I didn't take care of you.
Yeah.
I used to be a no good piece of trash drug dealer. I tell it. I look at politics like hustling dope. I look at politics like selling drugs. If I'm standing out here and I'm hustling and I know you only go over there to Jermain, you don't ever do nothing, and you come to me, ask me for credit, I don't give you no credit. I don't know you. You don't spend no money with me. Hey, come on, man. Let me get one. No, but you gonna take that. I'm not gonna treat you with the same love, or I'll use as a store owner. If you don't shop at my store, why am I gonna have products that you want?
Yeah, that don't make sense. Yeah.
And that's what the black community has to understand. Why should the Republican Party have products you want if you're not shopping at the store? And that's how it goes. And until the black community learns that, we're going to continue to be behind the 8 ball. Look at Hispanics right now. You got Republicans that are telling Donald Trump to back off when it comes to ICE. Hey, just get the criminal ones. But when black folk was out there crying about 3-strike laws and they locking up black men for non-violent selling weed or non-violent selling dope. Ain't shooting nobody or nothing. They just selling they selling rock and they selling drugs. They will put in prison for 10 to 20 years. Name me a sanctuary city for them.
None.
So when black folk want to sit there and really talk about the power of a vote, the Hispanics vote what when it comes to the Republicans? Republicans 20, 30, sometimes 40%. Black folk ain't never got nothing and ain't gonna never get nothing because those black Democrats who pose as black activists gonna keep us subservient and miserable, poor to the Democrat Party.
Yeah. Absolutely. Democrats, Mike Epps, in a sense, after he apologized, apparently they said that he called Nicki and Nicki wouldn't pick up. So, I believe he was scared. Nicki Minaj, she rolled with some gangsters. Yeah, she rolled with some gangsters. Her husband is a gangster too. And I believe that they threatened Mike Epps. They said, you know what, we ain't with all that funny business. Next time we see her, your head gonna be on the ground. And that's when Mike Epps was like, you know what? I'm trying to live. And he went and did an apology. And I also think, too, the way that he spoke about Nicki Minaj and her being a black woman, because the black community is a matriarch community right now, you have nothing but black simps and black women coming up to him and saying, I can't believe you spoke about a black woman. Right? You spoke about a black woman in that way. Regardless of what she was thinking or believing in, you spoke on her in that way, and they didn't like that at all. So I think he was attacked for that as well. So
it won't a lot of them that said, well, it won't.
I know.
Not a lot of black people. You didn't hear Roland Martin.
No,
you didn't hear Roland Martin.
Not. He's not going to. He's not.
Joy Reid.
She's not. Her bald-headed ass ain't. That. My mama. She's bald-headed rat. Let me tell you. Let's go ahead and move forward, ladies and gentlemen. Next one up, I want to go ahead and speak to you guys about a video that is off the chain. This video off the chain. Let me tell you, I seen this video. I went and bought some popcorn, sat in my favorite recliner, and started eating it and laughed all day. Let me tell you, it was beautiful. Now, there's some folks out there who don't think it's beautiful. Some folks got completely upset about it. And we call that black Democrats and pro-blacks. They were absolutely mad about it. I don't know why. I thought it was really good. Yeah, there were some white liberals that were mad. They were mad in black folks. Yeah, I think they were mad in public, and they were laughing in the inside, but these folks were upset. I want you guys to see this video here. All right, it's a beautiful video. Make sure you go ahead and grab some popcorn. Okay, grab some popcorn. If you got a drink, go ahead and grab it. Right, we got the little drink here. Bow. You see that drink? Yeah. We got a drink here. Grab your drink, all right? And we're going to laugh together, all right? Absolutely. Let me hold my heart. Let me hold it, all right? Here we go. Brother, I'm ready to play it. Woo! I'm getting ready. Hold on. I'm getting ready. Woo! All right, here we go. Oh, Lord.
There's 2 giant apes.
This thing is supposed to give us powers. Let's do it. Mastodon.
Pterodactyl!
Triceratops.
Saber-toothed tiger!
Tyrannosaurus.
Look at that.
Why does it have 3 legs?
That's not his leg.
Yeah!
Okay, let's get him.
Look at that.
Get him, Michael!
Oh Lord. Okay, so there was a video. Now, there's different variations of that video. There's ones where they're in the jungle walking on a safari, and all sorts of ones. But let me tell you something. That one was funny. It was hilarious. All right. Now there's some folks out there. They got absolutely upset about it. Can you believe it? I just can't believe it. I thought it was hilarious. But there's some folks out there who didn't see it that way. And they started calling the president racist. Can you believe that? Yeah. President Trump said that one of his staffers released it on his social media profile. And let me tell you something. There's a whole bunch of folks out there who don't believe that at all. They don't believe that a staffer did it. And they're calling at President Trump. Now, I want to go ahead and show you guys this here. And when I come back, we shall discuss it. Here we go.
The White House has taken down a Truth Social video depicting former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama as monkeys. The White House says a staffer erroneously made the post. It was up for 12 hours. Senator Tim Scott posted to X, quote, "Praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. The president should remove it."
Oh,
the video
Lord.
was mostly about vote counting technology before scrolling to an apparent AI-generated image of the Obama's faces photoshopped onto 2 monkeys, a racist trope. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says, quote, "This is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. The clip from Trump's post is not from Disney's The Lion King, as the movie does not feature gorillas or orangutans." Barack Obama's former national security advisor denounced the video, calling Trump a, quote, "stain on American history." The White House has dismissed the video, calling the criticism, quote, "fake outrage."
That's what I see. You know what? I believe it's fake outrage. I definitely do. If I was the president, I would have left it up on there. I'm tired. And I'm black as oil, ladies and gentlemen. I'm black as train smoke. And let me tell you something. If you've been around trains and you know how smoky it is, you definitely know I'm black. You know what I'm saying? You definitely know I'm black. Brother, what do you think about this? Me being black as train smoke. Black as tar. Let me tell you. Black as the rims on your car. I think that it was okay. What do you think?
I think I was ticked off with Tim Scott, and I'm sick and tired.
Yeah, I'm tired of Tim Scott.
Every time you turn around, Tim Scott, only thing liberal Democrats got to do is yell and say something is racist, and then Tim Scott, oh, let me hurry up and show you that the
trying
GOP
to get his black
ain't
card.
racist.
They took his black card away. Doesn't Tim Scott know that the Democrats took away his black card? He's not black anymore.
I married to a white woman too. And he married to a white woman now.
Yeah.
So
retarded.
He's double trouble. They really hate him. And so to me, with Tim Scott, when he came out, he didn't wait. He didn't come out and apologize. Say, you know what? I saw the video. It's everybody. This isn't racist. and I apologize to the president. Nope, he just shut up. Same thing when it came, he did this years ago when good people on both sides. I can't believe the president, someone I stand beside, but I disagree with the president saying there are good people on both sides. And blah, 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 blah.
His
Then
weak
come to find
ass.
out he didn't know that President Trump said he's not talking about the skinheads and the Nazis. They should be condemned on all ends. Tim Scott jumps the gun because he thinks it's going to make people like the Republican Party. People hate us because we give people the voice to say we don't like something. And to hear Tim Scott coming out complaining, to hear all these other Republicans come out complaining, didn't even wait to see, didn't even see the video. That's the problem with Republicans. Name me one Democrat that has came out and said it was wrong to be calling black ICE agents and black border patrol
niggas. None of them have that. That's the main reason why I get upset with Negroes like Tim Scott. Tim Scott is a weak Negro. He's a weak knee Negro. I don't like him. And the reason why I don't like him is because he's not very strong and he doesn't stand firm on stuff. I don't know if he knows it or not, but the liberals don't like him, and most black folks don't like him because he's a Republican. Maybe he doesn't know that, Jamal. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, he's married to a white woman. And the way that he speaks, the black folks don't like it either. Right? Tim Scott, you sound like a weak white guy. And then on top of that, you're acting weak as well. I don't understand it. You know, Tim Scott, there's something wrong with him. I've roasted him before on this show. And you know, I'm just tired of him. For him to say stuff like that, this is the most racist stuff out of the President White House, this, that, and the third. If I was a president, I heard that, I'd make sure that I throw a little bit of some cash and get him going on his next election. Because his black ass shouldn't be saying anything like that. He shouldn't at all. Especially the way they roast and come after him. Now, Donald Trump has gone through hell. You know how many congressmen and senators on the left have posted dumb stuff about Donald Trump, about him getting shot, about him being beheaded? Did any of them come out and say, you know what, this is wrong for us to do this? None. Nobody did.
Not one.
Not one person. So Republicans got to stop doing that stuff. It pisses, simple people off. It pisses good folks off when they start doing stuff like this. It really does. If they were to hold firm on a lot of the things, the Democrats would change their behavior.
They would have to back down.
But when they're saying stuff like this and they're not standing firm on a lot of the stuff they should, why would a Democrat respect ya? Why? And when they just have to speak about color and throw some loudmouth females up there to back you down to win, I mean, my goodness gracious. They have to play a better game. They have to. And Tim Scott, he needs his ass whooped for saying stuff like that. That's crazy. Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is another one. Him and Tim Scott are butt buddies. Stephen A. Smith, he doesn't know which way he want to go. Some days he want to go left. Other days he want to go right. Most of the days he want to go to the trash can. You know what I'm saying? I want to show you guys what Stephen A. Smith is saying here. He demands President Trump to publicly identify the staffer who posted the controversial Obama ape video. He wants him to do. Take a look.
I just wanted to address this subject, and that's essentially involving the President Donald Trump posting a video depicting former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama as apes. I'm going to say that again. Depicting the first black president in United States history and the first black First Lady in United States history as apes, monkeys. In the year 2026, that has happened. Now, before I go into it, let me say this. The White House.
It's like when you're white, you can't do nothing.
That
I swear to goodness.
It wasn't the president's fault.
When you're white,
even
you
though
can't
the
do a gosh
video
darn
has
nothing.
been removed from the president's Truth Social account, the guy in the White House using his administration to tell you he had nothing to do with a post that has his fingerprints and his smell and his stench written all over it. That's who we're talking about here. And that same man must be universally condemned for having his platform associated with such an insulting, classless, despicable post that was on his platform for 12 hours. Anybody who doesn't speak against him on this is complicit. You're telling us what you think.
Well,
about
darn
black
I
people.
done told you.
Plain and simple. There is no way around this.
I'm tired of you
This
niggas
requires
doing
universal
this stuff.
condemnation.
I am. I got black
Doesn't mean
fatigue.
he's going to leave office.
Badly.
But it could mean
I need
that
a
we
pill.
need others in office during the midterm that aren't necessarily on the
sell
right.
pills for that.
So more checks and balances can take place. And
Sell
perhaps,
pills
dare I
when
say,
you tired of
he'll be
niggas.
a bit more guarded from doing nonsense like this. Because again, I believe he is guilty of this. Do I have proof? No. But I've told y'all on many occasions, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it ain't a damn mongoose. It's what it is. His behavior, his tendencies, his rhetoric, his petulance, his belligerence, all fall in line with what we're talking about right now.
Bow. So there you go.
Do you want to be associated with that or not?
There you go. So you got Stephen A. Smith. He's basically called the president a racist. Yeah, he's called the president a racist. Can you believe it? He's saying because President Trump had that on his post for 12 hours, that means he's a racist. That Negro's out of his mind. He is. It seems like when you're a white person, you can't do gosh darn nothing. White folks out there, is it like ain't it serious like that? Yeah, anything you say is mostly scrutinized. This black dummy can put out stuff about you looking like pigs, saying that you look like mayonnaise and everything else. They can talk as bad against you as, you know, as can be, in a sense. And nobody will ever, you know, talk to them about that. But yet, when a white person does something, it causes for a national talk. To me, it's just crazy. You know, I have black fatigue, but, you know, I have a very specific fatigue. It's called nigga fatigue. Yeah, I know there's some folks who are, you know, a little bit of abrasive against that word. I understand it, but, you know, I'm just very honest. I have nigga fatigue. I really do. You know, these folks here, they don't act well. They don't act well at all. They're always about color. Yeah, black folks are always about color. Now, I understand you wake up and you know, you're never going to get rid of the fact that somebody else is a different color, but they obsess about it to a point where it's just gross. It is. And now, look at what these fools are saying. Jamal, Stephen A. Smith is basically calling the president a racist. He's saying anybody who is associated with him is basically a racist as well. And if you don't say anything about this, you're complicit with it as well. What do you think?
You know what? It makes me so sick and tired when I see conservatives have Stephen A. Smith on the show like he's supposed to be some black, understanding, decent conversation. Stephen A. Smith is a racist. I've said it before. I won't take it back. Stephen A. Smith is a racist himself.
Yeah.
Okay? Stephen A. Smith is a racist. Stephen A. Smith get up there and say the most racist stuff people say, and he gets away with it. People, when I hear Stephen A. Smith say he's fiscally conservative.
Yeah, that's what he said. Weak ass.
Liberal.
Lying.
That's like saying he a fire and brimstone preaching transgender.
Mm.
That's exactly what he up there saying. He is a fire and brimstone preacher. Let me tell you, if you don't change, you're going to hell, transgender. Or he's a 100% helping to clear out drug dealing cop.
Yeah.
You can't have it both ways. And Stephen A. Smith, nobody asked him, who have you voted for that's fiscally conservative?
Nobody.
Who? Every time you turn around, Sean Hannity got him on the show. My friend, look,
my
Stephen A.
friend,
Smith is smart. He understands this game. He can't present himself too radical because he wants to get the money that goes along with like what Joe Rogan does. Joe Rogan tries to have both sides. But you listen to Stephen A. Smith. If he looked at that video, you clearly see everybody is marked. But Stephen A. Smith will go up there and say, my black brothers and my black sisters. Everything is about blackity black with him. And Republicans and conservatives entertain him like he's someone that's an independent, someone that's in the middle, non-biased.
He's not. He's not at all, Jamal. He's not. Stephen A. Smith, he has a problem. And the problem is staying consistent, staying logically and ideology consistent, I should say. Yeah, he's not very consistent at all.
No.
And that's the problem I have with him. Now, also, Stephen A. Smith, he cares too much about what black entertainment thinks and cares too much about what liberals think in a sense as well. Because it seems like he does things that are just politically expedient for him and things to get him off the liberal radar. That's what it seems like. moving forward, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. I want you guys to take a look at this. Now, Trump addresses the Obama monkey video, and I want you guys to take a look at this. Here we go.
Please, do you condemn the racist parts of the video?
Of course I do. Yeah.
Message to the many Americans who are offended.
He should have said what racist parts. He should. Let's go back.
I really have no message. All I know is
Jamal. When they asked him to condemn the racist parts of the video, he should have said what racist parts. He should have give these folks not 1 inch. Let me go ahead and play it again.
Not one.
Please, do you condemn the racist parts of the video?
Of course I do.
Of course I do.
Message to the many Americans who are offended by the video. What do you want to tell those Americans?
Message. I didn't know about it, so I mean, it went up. I really have no message. All I know is, here's my message, and our country has never been in a position like this. We were a laughing stock all over the world, and now we're a country that's respected more than we've ever been respected before. If you go back a year and a half ago, our country was a laughing stock, and now we're respected all over the world, like probably almost never before. I would say maybe like never before. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
I know a hell of a lot better than you do. You don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. No, Joe Biden didn't have a clue, but we know everything. And when you look at what's happening with our economy, think of it, we're way years ahead of schedule. We have thousands and thousands of businesses being built right now. So Joe Biden had no clue. If Joe Biden were elected or if Kamala were elected, we wouldn't have a country right now.
You won the election because of minority voters. Does this post maybe hurt Republicans with, black voters after the...
I think, look, we did criminal justice reform. I did the historically black colleges and universities. I got them funded. Nobody has been, and that's why I got the highest vote with male black voters that they've seen in many, many decades. I've done great with them. Black voters have been great to me. I've been great to them. Black voters have been great to me. I've been great to them. And I am, by the way, the least racist president you've had in a long time, as far as I'm concerned. We have, I've had a great relationship.
He said the least racist. He should stay away from that stuff.
Nobody else could do it.
These
Obama
people
couldn't
are trying
do
to
it.
put you in a box.
Nobody could do it. Clinton couldn't do it. They actually went the other way. They went into a very bad thing.
Anytime they bring up
African American people, black people, they went to it. They did very bad things. I did very good things. But criminal justice reform, and then I funded the universities, which nobody else was willing to do. They were going every year. They'd come back to Washington and they'd be begging for money, begging. I got to be friendly with some of the heads of the schools, and they would come back and they would literally tell me they're forcing us to beg. I'm the one that got them long-term financing and more than they were looking for. So there's nobody that's done more. And I think maybe more than anything else was criminal justice reform. They've been trying to get it for years, and I'm the one that got it done. So nobody can tell me about that. That somebody posts a staffer, post, and I knew it was all about. If you take a look at that and see the whole thing, it was a small section at the very end, but that was about fraudulent elections, which we have a lot of them. We're going to get it stopped. And I liked the beginning. I saw it and just passed it on. And I guess probably nobody reviewed the end of it because what I saw at the beginning was really, really strong. It was about fraudulent elections. And anytime I see that stuff and when it's credible, you put it up. But somebody slipped and missed a very small part. Now, by the way, again, the takeoff one, I guess, I didn't do it, by the way. This was done by somebody else. This was a retruth. That was not done by us. But that was a very strong truth. It was a very strong statement made about the fraudulent elections in a certain part of our country, which are really bad.
Wow. So there you go. President Trump said it's really strong video in the beginning. It was about fraud in the election. You know, and he says that he don't believe that anybody really went through and checked the whole thing until the end. Now, President Trump does some things that I disagree with. When one of the reporters asked him, hey, would you condemn some of the racist parts of this video? And he said, of course. I think that was wrong. I don't think that he should be entertaining any more questions about racism or color. I think he should avoid and dismiss any question that has to deal with racism and color. They start speaking about racism like this. You usher them off to the side, because what they're trying to do is knock you off your ball. What do you think about this here, Jamal? What do you think about what he said?
You know what, Jermain? I understand why he says that and why he has to push back, because he has to. Now, when he says I'm the most least racist president and I've done more for the black community than any president, he's telling the truth. Because think about it. If you look at what George Bush did for the black community, George Bush didn't hardly do anything because we didn't vote Republican.
Yep, we didn't. What is he supposed to do?
This. Think about what Donald Trump has done and gotten back in return. He has done more to reach out specifically to target to help the black community. Stuff Barack Obama wouldn't do.
Yeah.
George Bush. Bill Clinton did when he did the 1994 crime bill.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It helped black people because it took the drug dealers and gangbangers out of the community. So when people say, what has Trump done for the black community, I don't think Donald Trump got to say, I've done more than anyone who get the percentage of the vote that you give. I didn't have to give you $500 billion for your college. I could have just said, pass the college fund, let the Department of Education do it. Look at how the black colleges were under Clinton, under Bush, and under Obama. They was falling apart.
Yeah.
Did you ever see when when Deion Sanders was coach of Jackson State, how horrible it was?
Yeah.
Mold.
Yeah, he was crying about the dorms.
But Donald Trump gave $500 billion. No, excuse me. The first time he gave them a check, I think it was $2-3 billion, so they wouldn't have to keep coming back. So he's right. He has to say that about I'm the least racist president and keep doing, but he needs to add, compared to what others have done, with the percentage of how blacks vote, he's done the most.
Yeah.
Period.
He has. He has done the most. And that's something he needs to keep harping on. Now, the reason why he needs to keep harping on that is because of the media's propaganda job. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the media has done a very good job at propaganda. That's what they do best. And I want you guys to see the new job of propaganda that they're doing. The media has came out with a new campaign. And this campaign speaks about Donald Trump's support. ABC, NBC, even Fox News is putting out this. Trump's support, they're saying it is absolutely collapsing. And everybody using the word collapsing. I want to go ahead and run this when I come back. I want to speak about it. Do you guys believe it? Or don't you? Here we go.
In a new interview with NBC News, President Trump took ownership of the current state of the economy, saying, I'm very proud of it. he said. This comes as there is new polling showing that many voters are not as happy as the president with the way that things are going with said economy. CNN's chief data analyst, Harry Enton, is running the numbers on this, but also speaks to the changing nature of President Trump's base right now. Talk me through this.
Yeah, okay. So, if you know anything about Donald Trump, you know that he built his 2 presidential victories on winning voters without a college degree, while Donald Trump's base with non-college voters is absolutely collapsing. What are we talking about here? Well, why don't we just take a look? Voters without a college degree on Donald Trump. Look at this. Back in 2024, he won those voters over Kamala Harris by 14 points. You come over to this side of the screen. What's his net approval rating with him? He is underwater by 9 points. That's a 23-point switcheroo with his base of non-college voters. He is absolutely collapsing with the group of voters that helped put him into the White House, Kate.
Okay, so how are these non-college voters feeling about 2026?
Okay, so you see this drop of 23 points, right? From plus 14 Trump to now he's underwater by 9 points. How is that impacting their views on how they're going to vote for Congress? Well, you see a similar story going on here, right? Take a look. In the 2024 election, Republicans won those voters, those non-college voters, by 13 points. Now they're just ahead by just 1, 2, 3, 4 points. When you can count it on one hand, you know that you're in trouble if you're Donald John Trump and the Republican Party, in this case, the Republican Party, when it comes to the voters in Congress. And of course, a 4-point lead among non-college voters is not anywhere close to being good enough because Democrats are dominating among voters with a college degree, up by 20 points. At this point, the Democratic base with college voters is rising, and the Republican base with non-college voters is collapsing.
One of the big promises, circling back to the economy, one of the big promises from President Trump was bringing back.
Yeah, you see it. Now, most of the other newscasts are like this as well. Jamal, if I was to believe this, I would say that his poll numbers are hurting because of the ICE shootings. But I don't know how long it would hurt for. What do you think?
You know what? When there's this poll, and it's called the McLaughlin poll, we find out polls like CNN and MSNBC, NBC and CNN, when they do polls, they get how many Democrats compared to Republicans?
All.
Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't say that. Hey, Donald Trump, he doing good. He's doing good, and I'm not sharing. Jamal, it ain't what you said when you chose the CNN poll. You were happy. That's right. But it's a funny thing how just last week your poll said that President Trump, when it comes to the Republican base, he was up. But now you say with this particular set, he's down. What is his overall approval when it comes to the Republican base?
Yeah.
Okay? Democrats are not going to like him no matter what he does, because they don't want a Republican in office.
Yeah, they don't like him, period.
So, simple and plain, President Trump has a choice. He can worry about what the Democrats think, or he can keep going steaming forward.
Yeah.
And the Republicans in Congress can stand up, check the balls, and do something, or they can keep cowering and hiding behind the corners.
Absolutely. You know, Donald Trump should stand firm and keep doing what he's going to do, because these folks are going to keep running their mouth about you. They're going to keep lying. And shout out to John Lennon. Shout out to you. He said, and am I supposed to believe this from CNN? And yeah, absolutely correct. Are we? No, I don't believe CNN at all. Those folks love to lie. They certainly do. But do I believe his poll numbers have gone down a bit? Yes, I do. I'm not going to be blind and act like I don't see it. I believe it has gone down a little bit, and it's only because of the coverage of the shooting. But I don't think it will go down much for that long. You know, people nowadays, you know, they think through emotion in a sense. Well, some days that, you know, they don't feel good, and other days they feel fantastic. And they do it with politics. So some days they don't like what's going on, and, you know, they don't like Trump. Other days when money's in their pocket and they just scored, let me tell you, they love Trump. So it is what it is right now. It is. But I would stay firm. I would. Because when you hold firm, let me tell you something, a lot of folks will see the benefit at the end. And that's what I'm waiting for. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you guys this, okay? Tom Massie, Pam Bondi had an exchange. And let me tell you something. It was pretty fiery. Massie is accusing Bondi of a cover-up regarding the Epstein files. And I want you guys to take a look at this. Make sure you share.
Is recognized.
May I respond very briefly to her statement?
Well, I think we can do that
Okay.
probably on one of our members' time.
Okay, thank you. I don't want that to get away. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Behind me, I have 3 documents from the DOJ production that are emblematic of the massive failure of the DOJ to comply with the Epstein Files Transparency Act. To my right is an email that was sent by the victim's lawyers to the DOJ. It was a list of names not to redact, a list of names not to release. What did the DOJ do with this email? They released this email in the document production. Literally the worst thing you could do to the survivors, you did. And they're getting phone calls. A lot of these people didn't want to be known. And we know you touched the document because you redacted one name and you redacted the lawyer's name, but you left the survivor's name there. The next document I want to show you, that was in the title, the victims' survivors' names, all right? The title of this one is Child Sex Trafficking, Co-Conspirators, fully redacted. And by the way, I'm going to unredact them here. Les Wexner is in this. Now, your your deputy attorney general said, oh, well, he appears hundreds of times in the files, but he doesn't appear in this file until I forced you to release it, where he's listed as a co-conspirator, not to tax evasion, but to child sex trafficking, not to prostitution, not to money laundering, child sex trafficking. And then finally, what we have here is the third exhibit that I have is emblematic of the FD 302 release. These are the documents that we need that you're holding on to and over-redacting because they have the names of the men who are implicated. How do we know? Because the survivors gave testimony to the FBI, and it's in there. And what happens when you go to the portal at the DOJ to look at what's behind this redaction? Another redaction. So we can't even see them. And then there's some of these files you've pulled down from the website that we will never see because we can't search the redactions. So I have several questions for you. Who's responsible? Are you able to track who in your organization made this massive failure and released the victims' names? Are you able to track who it was that obscured Les Wexner's name as a co-conspirator in an FBI document? Do you have that kind of accountability?
I believe Wexner's name was listed more than 4,000 times.
Yeah, I already told you that. This is where he's listed as a co-conspirator.
Can I finish my answer? Come on, let me finish my answer. We corrected that within 40 minutes. He was already, you're acting like everybody's trying to cover up Wexner's name.
Reclaiming my time.
I'm going to answer this question.
Reclaiming my time. Mr. Chairman.
This is how this works.
Can I have my time back?
Mr.
Chairman.
The gentlelady can give her answer. The time belongs to the gentleman from
All right,
Kentucky.
I'm reclaiming my
Can I give
time.
my answer?
So
Yes.
I'm going to put the language of the bill up on the screen.
Chairman,
because I
may I
have
give
another
my
question.
answer on that?
Here's
It's a political
the question.
joke, and I need to give my answer
Yeah,
on that.
we'll let the Attorney General respond, and then the gentleman can move to his
Chairman,
next question.
it's my time.
Within 40
Chairman.
minutes, you asked me a question.
You can give
Within
me-
40 minutes, Wexner's name was added back.
Within 40 minutes
You
of me catching you red-handed.
There was one redaction out
Where
of
he's
over
listed as a
4,700,
co-conspirator.
and
Okay.
we
You
invited
know what?
you
Show the
in.
video.
This
Show
guy
the-
has Trump
Gentlemen.
derangement syndrome. He needs
Show
to
the
get.
video.
You're a failed politician.
Gentlemen,
You need to
time
get
I
on
want you to
these
watch the video.
matters.
Mr. Chairman, please restore his time and remind the witness of the
himself.
rules here.
There is
Time.
no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals.
Is that your position as well?
My position is any victim who comes forward, of course, we would love to hear from them. 1-800-CALL-FBI. Did you ask Merrick Garland that the last 4 years? Did you talk about Epstein?
I am
at
reclaiming
all
my
the
time.
last
I'm glad
4
you're
years?
asking about Merrick Garland.
You don't get to reclaim
because this
time when
is
you don't-
bigger than
when you can't-
Watergate.
when I don't answer a question the
this
way you
goes
want.
over 4 administrations. You don't have to go back to Biden. Let's go back to Obama. Let's go back to George Bush. This cover-up spans decades, and you are responsible for this portion of it.
And that's
Oh,
where
wow.
the
I want to know at what point did the FBI and the DOJ decide that Lex Wessner was not a co-conspirator? Because our Epstein Files Transparency Act requires you, please put it back on the screen, please, to release the internal decision about whether to prosecute
Epstein
him or not,
Files
and it's not in the
Transparency
files, and
Act.
it's not in the files for any of these other men.
Time of the gentleman has
Which,
expired.
may she answer?
And he's a hypocrite because he voted against the ban that we were talking about on deep fake AI porn. Only 2 people voted against it, and you were one of them, hypocrite.
The gentleman's time has expired.
Now, and I'm going to stop her right here. Pam Bondi. Ow! Pam Bondi, and Cash Patel. I'm just going to be very honest. Both of them are rats to me. One is a dark-skinned rat. The other one is a white rat. And I don't care who get mad. These folks had the opportunity to be transparent with what was going on. All right? Usually when there's smoke, there's fire. There's a whole bunch of smoke here. Gosh darn it, there's fire. There is. And we're not dumb. Okay, we know that there's something going on here. But they're not being transparent with it. When these people went on different podcasts, they even went on Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan even brought it up, right? We were all dumbfounded by it. They said, yeah, we're going to release the Epstein files and this, that, and the third. They were saying all these folks did this, that, and the third. And then when it came out, they said, oh, well, there's no file. Right then and there, they lost their credibility. And then we have somebody who resigned over the AG. And that was Don Bongino. He has a problem with AG Bondi and Cash Patel. And my sneaking suspicion about this is that it's very bad, and he just didn't want to get wrapped up into this. He looked at it, he said the FBI is corrupted as sin. So is the CIA, everything here. He looked at how dirty the place was. He was like this. Let me go ahead and pick up my briefcase, right? They still sell briefcases? I'm that old. Yeah, maybe. Brother, do they still sell briefcases? I got to look this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm that old. I'm that old where folks used to walk with briefcases. That's how old I am. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, there's something wrong with them. So when she getting roasted like this, I think it's probably deserved. And when she get done with her position, she gonna get roasted. Same with Kash Patel. Brother, what do you think about this?
I totally disagree because here's the thing.
I know you do.
Tom Massie, and this what makes me mad. Tom Massie admitted, okay, where were you, Tom Massie, during the Biden administration? He's nothing more than another Adam Kissinger. You had Adam Kissinger. That's the guy name, Adam Kissinger. He's nothing more than another Adam Kissinger. He doesn't like Trump. Trump don't like him. He's one of those Republicans who did that failure Constitution of Republicans, all that crap, and seeing that the Republican Party had shifted away from it.
Oh, so I love the way you do that. That was hilarious, brother.
And so what they try to do is they try to play on with the Democrats to try to smear Trump, to try to end MAGA. But do they realize I'm the Constitution of the Constitution? That's all they say, but don't produce nothing.
Yeah.
And truth be told, Jermaine, after watching Democrats all of a sudden hop on the Epstein stuff.
Yeah, I know.
They was not.
I hate that.
In
I hate
Joe
that
Biden.
they did that.
I'm sorry, I don't care about the Epstein list. I don't care about it anymore because I know they're not doing it because they really care about the victim.
No, they don't.
They just want to hurt. They hate Trump. And since they hate Trump, I'm going to sit there and dig my heels in and I'm going to defend Trump. So I don't believe them. They don't want the Epstein list because think about it. And a Republican hasn't said it yet. Why won't you release the parts to Ashley Biden's diary?
Yeah, they ain't did that either.
Why don't you tell about
it.
the Ashley Biden diary when she said her own daddy was touching her and taking naked showers?
They ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that.
But not Thomas Massie. I'm the Constitution. I'm the Constitution.
Yeah, you know, I understand. You know,
no.
I'm not wholeheartedly invested in this Epstein stuff. I'm not. But what I am is invested in the truth about the things coming out, and I'm hoping that one day, the truth will come out about this. The one thing I'm just a little bit peed about, I would say, is somebody to come on and start fronting. If these folks ain't never came out and fronted in the beginning, I would have never said nothing. And I wish President Trump would have did what I said he should have did in the beginning, which is say, yeah, we're going to look at it and not even speak about it again. Anytime anybody speaks about the Epstein file, say you're looking into it and then you don't look into it. You put it on the back burner like everybody else did. But he didn't do that. He was asked about the Epstein file, and then instead of him to say, you know what, there's something going on, blah, 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 he went and said, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and look into it in a gosh darn video, in a podcast. And then he get in there, and then he say, well, there's no Epstein file and stuff like that. And when you do that, I don't really even... I care about, the truth, but I care more about the outcome of this nation. And the Epstein file ain't going to do nothing about the outcome of the nation and what we have going on right now. It really is not going to, but I do care about the truth, and the reason why that is because our society, in a sense, is ran by some folks who are very evil. Very, very, very evil. And I want these folks to get caught up just like everybody else. I really do. But am I going to see it during my time? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Am I going to see it through these Epstein files? Probably not. But should some folks be caught up in it? I believe so. You know, Prince Andrew, they got Clinton, they got all these other folks. These folks need to be tarnished. They do. Trump, if there was something on him, and we've all said this, they would have came out already and caught him on it. They would have. I mean, there's Democrats hate him with a passion. They went and tried to, impeach him twice, right? I mean, why wouldn't they, try to bring out something about the Epstein files on him? It's just the fact that he is mentioned in there is the main reason why these folks are on him. So, Jamal, I'm with you when you say you don't believe that he has done anything in there. I'm with you on that. But where we differ is where I want some of these folks, I want some of these folks to pay for some of the crimes they did. And I also want the truth to come out, because I believe that once a lot of this stuff comes out, a lot of folks can heal. And maybe, some of the sides can come together. I don't know. Maybe I'm just idiot thinking about good stuff. Last words on this here, brother.
You know what, Jermaine? If the Democrats show you how corrupt this is, and people like me, why I'm like, I don't care about the Epstein thing. CBS actually played a part where they said Donald Trump was the one that started all the investigation.
Yeah, and let me go ahead and play that for the crowd here, and then I'll have you finish up. Hold on real quick. Let me go ahead and play this for the crowd here real quick. And I know which one you're talking about here. Hold on. Here we go, FBI report.
This morning, a new document coming to light claims in the mid-2000s, President Trump called police about Jeffrey Epstein. Among the 3 million Epstein files released by the Department of Justice last month is a 4-page FBI report on an interview the Bureau conducted in 2019 with the man believed to be former Palm Beach Police Chief Michael Ryder. Ryder and his detectives began investigating Epstein for human trafficking in 2004. According to the document, Trump called Ryder around that time and said, "Thank goodness you're stopping him. Everyone has known he's been doing this." Ryder also says Trump said he threw Epstein out of his club, and he was around Epstein once when teenagers were present, and Trump got the hell out of there. The former police chief says Trump told him to focus on Epstein's associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, saying she is evil.
Did you have any suspicions that he was molesting young women, underage women?
I had no idea.
Trump has long denied having any knowledge of Epstein's crimes, but Ryder says Trump was one of the very first people to call when people found out that they were investigating Epstein.
Wow. So he was one of the first folks to call out that nasty white man. Go ahead, finish up.
And so you don't hear Democrats saying that. You don't hear Democrats coming out saying that. Because it's not about Jeffrey Epstein and the victims. It's about getting power, the midterms. And the Republican Party has a choice. They're either going to fight and get stuff passed, regardless if they win or lose the midterms, or they're going to run scared, still lose. Then Donald Trump is going to have to go about it by himself, and they're not going to be elected. If the people want Thomas Massie, if that's what they want, then get what they get. But if I was Donald Trump, if Thomas Massie area needs something, they wouldn't get pissed out of a boot if it was me. If they had a flood, I wouldn't send FEMA.
You wouldn't give them nothing.
Nothing. That's politics.
Yeah, it is.
That's politics. And nobody's talking about the one that's in the blue dress that one that's in a hot tub. Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not in office right now.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Don't matter. Bill Clinton was all up on there. And you know Bill Clinton is guilty of sin. You can look at him and tell he's guilty. You can look at him and tell he's guilty. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the show for tonight. I'll be on tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central. Come and hang out with us. Brother Jamal, I'd like to thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Jermain,
hanging out with us on this beautiful 2-hour show tonight. I also would like to thank the crowd for hitting that like button, sharing, and for the people who donated. We absolutely appreciate you, and we certainly love you. Absolutely. With that being said, brother, that is it. Any last words for our beautiful crowd before we depart?
Thank you all for coming out tonight. Thank you all for your donations, your kindness and generosity, because what you guys don't realize, the things that you see, the things that you buy, these things do cost money, and we do need your help. Please continue to share the program, share it. Come out tomorrow, because I will have a show tomorrow. Jermain will have a show tomorrow. Y'all come out, share, and if you got questions, hey Jamal, here's what I think. Jermain, this is what I think. Come out.
Yep, come out, hang out with us, have a drink, chill, relax, let your hair down. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the show for tonight. We definitely love you. We respect you. We appreciate you. All right. We'd like to thank everybody for hitting that like button, everybody who shared, and everybody who donated. All right. With that being said, we'll let you guys go. You guys have a very beautiful night, and we'll catch you guys here later with another edition of Double Barrel J's Wednesdays. You guys take care. Love ya, and good night. Bye-bye.